Hi, John Marshall, the DrillMaster. I have come across the MARCENT Change of Command, MARCENT Marine Central Command, and there's the Special Operations Forces logo up there. So I'm not sure exactly what MARCENT is, but that's okay. All right, so it looks like we have one guard here, and then obviously the national bearer, then the organizational bearer, and then probably another guard. So what's interesting is that in the Marine Corps, and there was just this. Let's see. Today's Thursday. So on Tuesday, you can go on to. This is kind of weird. Me doing this while I'm recording. You can go to Marine Barracks, Washington, and at the Marine Barracks Washington page, crud. Let me post or I'll pause, and then I'll bring it up on my computer, and then show you. Okay, so brought it up. At Marine Barracks Washington, this is the actor and actually retired Lieutenant Commander Montel Williams. But you can see here, let's see, the hosting official for the evening was Lieutenant General David G. Bellin, Commander, U.S. Marine Corps Forces Reserve and U.S. Marine Corps Forces South. That's two commands. That means that under his command, any ceremonies that where he attends and actually has an active role in, then two organizational flags are carried, and not just the one. There's there's no reference, which really is quite annoying for me anyway, and for others, honestly, that really would like it spelled out and to make sure that everybody's following along with the appropriate the appropriate standards. Anyway, so he has, and I'll highlight this here. He's commander for both of these commands, and that means two organizational flags because one represents each command. So that's interesting, and it's fully authorized. It's I think it's two generals in the Marine Corps. I was told this is several years ago. I had a conversation about this, and then and I forget who it was. Female Marine. I think she was active duty at the time anyway, but she really helped me understand. And then there's Marine Barracks Washington's Instagram page. So it's a very interesting that the Marine Corps does something like that. All right, so back to this MARCENT change of command. So color guard at the back, they're in formation, and actually, so they've been standing there for over a half hour, which is a bit weird, honestly. There was no need for them to stand there that long. They should have come in maybe five before, and then stand at parade rest and maintain parade rest. They were moving around a little bit here and there. But anyway, so the chaplain is praying right now, and they're bowing their heads. Not exactly the best thing to do when you're in a color guard. Other formations, I get it, and I understand that. However, for the color guard, it's it's a bit different. You're carrying the flag, the national colors, and each one of the color guard members is supposed to be a religious at the time. Just no religion outwardly, and internally you have whatever you have, and that's fine. But outwardly, you're not really supposed to show preference to anything. So you just look straight ahead at parade rest. So.
Leadership. God, we welcome Major General McPhillips and his family to our CENTCOM team. God, guide him to lead his Marines with technical and tactical.
Oh, they're in CENTCOM. All right.
Of our Marines and our nation. And God, as always, we pray for our brothers and sisters who are on the front lines of democracy, who are in the foxholes of freedom. keep them safe from all hurt, harm, and danger. Let CENTCOM say, amen.
All right. So we're going to have a presentation of the colors in just a second. Good job. So one of the things that I find, I don't know, slightly annoying is the ready cut, and I get it, I get why, and I appreciate it, definitely. I'm just so used to the ceremonial performance of colors, the ceremonial drill performance, which is completely set apart from regulation drill. Ceremonial drill doesn't do anything like this. It's very, very different, much more exact, much more precise. That's not to say this is bad. It's just it's not as accurate. I'll just leave it at that. All right, so let's watch the presentation of colors. So, marching shoulder to shoulder, shouldn't be. So you didn't play trio to the national emblem, the trio section of national emblem, which is pretty standard there, band. Anyway. So let's watch this again. Really should have gone up in single file, or at least a column of twos, and then in the column of twos, once you get in place, you mark time, and then you have your guards come out, and then then do the colors reverse. Not exactly the I said colors reverse, countermarch. Not the best countermarch I've seen. Your feet are coming up way too high, way too high. What's the Marine Corps order say? 2 inches toe, 4 inches heel. And then again, staying shoulder to shoulder. That's not how you stand or march for a color guard. So your harness sockets. Your harness sockets are at the same level. It looks like it's kind of a poor quality video. So you're just going to keep marking time. Yeah. So your harness sockets are not at the same level. As a matter of fact, organizational bearers is higher, and yet the national ensign is at least 8 inches taller. So flagstaffs are 9.5 foot long, period, for the Marine Corps, period. As a matter of fact, for all of the services, that's the maximum height for a flagstaff. It's only the presidential flagstaffs that are 10 foot. But Marine Corps flagstaffs are 9.5 foot long. And the flags are 4 foot 4 inches by 5 foot 6. No fringe on the national. That's good. So you got a couple of good things going for you. But the height of the staffs is definitely not one. So I'll get back to that in just a sec. I'll pause right now. All right. So the arms that are forced out straight like this. You guys, I really wish it was a better picture. I really wish we could focus in better, but all it looks like you're doing is straining. Left arms, excellent job, guards, excellent. Again, you really need to be at close interval and not shoulder to shoulder, but okay. So let's just deal with what we have here. The left forearms, horizontal, excellent job. That's just great. But those right arms, man, that's just you know, that's what it looks like. It looks like you're straining, and it shouldn't. There's no there's no reason for straining like that. No reason for that. You really should have a slight natural bend because you're supposed to meet the rifle, tuck your thumb at the small of the stock and all that, and it doesn't look like right guard. It looks like you're coming out a little bit like this, and that your hand is angled inward. So I'll pull back a little bit. There. It looks like that. Actually, both of you, that's what it looks like, and it's just not really. So there, this is there, right there. This is what I'm looking for, right here. This, not this, to where you're doing this. I can't. If I hold the rifle. If I hold the rifle where it's supposed to be, left arm is the left forearm is horizontal. The rifle is 4 inches away from my chest. 4 inches, pile. But if the rifle is there, then there's no way that I can put my arm stick straight, broomstick straight, just like that, and both of you have your elbow turned out like that, so it's locked in place, hyperextended, and so there's no way that you can get your thumb into proper position unless you have really short arms. And yeah, it just doesn't. I mean, the left forearms, man, that's fantastic. Rifle positioning looks really good. Of course, you're both different height, so there's going to be, that's the barrel sticking up over the cap of the right rifle guard, and I get that. That's no problem. So let's.
As the commander, U.S.
Okay.
As we render the final honors as the commander, U.S. Marine Corps Forces Central Command.
Oh, so it's part of CENTCOM. All right, I get it. Well, it's Marine Corps Forces.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
So elbows, guys, inboard. You're gonna say inboard. So elbows need to be down, not flared out like that. Either one. This isn't the position. This is the position. This is the position. This is the position. There is a difference.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the ceremony's most solemn moment. Central Command. Signed, Eric M. Smith, General, Acting Commandant of the Marine Corps. From the Acting Commandant of the Marine Corps to Major General Christopher A. McPhillips, effective 1000 1 August 2023. You will assume duties as the Commander, U.S. Marine Corps Forces Central Command. Signed, Eric M. Smith, General, Acting Commandant of the Marine Corps.
That's nice that he held on to the staff while the bear got the staff in his arms. Well done. That wouldn't have looked really nice having him screwing around with the silk and the staff and trying to get everything taken care of. So that was a good job. But still, though, these staffs need to be fixed.
Rise for honor Major General Christopher A. McPhillips, and remain standing for the march off of the colors.
So, as a suggestion, yeah, I know that the general is well in front of the color guard, so it looks like I'm gonna say by the floor tiles they're probably 12-inch floor tiles. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 feet in front and centered on. I understand that. I get it. However, I wouldn't fully extend the arm with somebody right in front of the color guard. I would just do a slight dip. And I know that that's not, well, it's not in the Marine Corps order. And I get that. Yeah, I understand that. However, me being ceremonially trained, there's all kinds of techniques that unfortunately color guards really need to know. Color guard members, you really need to know a myriad of techniques for all kinds of situations. And this would be one. Just a slight dip forward so that it doesn't, here behind, it looks like you're smacking the general in the face with the battle streamers. And I know it's not happening because he wouldn't flinch anyway. But it just is not the best look from this direction. Okay, brass. Oh, now you get to the trio section. So it's not color guard forward march, it's forward march. There isn't anybody else. Nobody else is marching. Forward march. You're not staying in time with the music there, guys. So coming down like that, definitely you should. However, the national ensign never comes down first. It either goes up first, a ripple to right shoulder, a ripple to carry for this application, but the colors always come down at the same time. Always come down at the same time. And so I know you're heading out a doorway. I can guarantee it. There's a doorway over here off to the camera's left and possibly one over to the right. But you're going out that way. And I understand that. That's fine. But yeah, see, you don't know going to port. Like I said, there's tons that a color guard members of the color guard should know. Anyway, but so the gist of all this is not bad. Honestly, after all that I had said, you really need to fix the flagstaff problem, and you do have a problem there. That's not acceptable, really. But as far as the color guard's performance, that was a fine job. And you know what I recommended there in a couple of places, but still, that was the American flag was never dishonored, so that's a good thing. All right, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.